now this thing's running good. The engine, you know, on borrowed time, and we're gonna try to use that time and see if I can even get this sucker home. Brakes are still terrible. All right, put a little gas in this guy real quick. Feel like something in the suspension or steering, there's a lot of play, and somewhere up here there's something funky going on. Not 100% sure yet what, but that's probably gonna be the next thing I gotta look at. As well as needs new tires. I did get these wheels. I got these wheels for 150 bucks, but they desperately need new tires. And then as we saw in the oil of this guy, it's time for a new motor. So we'll see what we do there, but that's on the bottom of the list. When the motor goes, then we'll do something about it, but until then we're gonna try to focus on some of the other bits, some of the other things I got planned for this guy. Quick little backstory of the car. Back in 2010, I want to say, maybe 2010. I think my dad bought this for all of us to learn how to drive manual, and then it became my brother's car until he got a Camaro, and then I got this, and I drove this around for quite some time, and I learned how to work on cars in this car. I learned how to do just about everything I know how to do. We did a complete teardown of this motor a long time ago, and I couldn't even remember what we did, but I do know that we had the heads off the block for whatever reason. But this is the car I learned how to work on cars in. This is the car that started my love for cars, how I learned how to drive manual, and it being my first car, a manual V8 was pretty sweet. It just rips and it sounds good, and it doesn't have much power. Right now I doubt it even has 200 horsepower, but from the factory this thing had 210 or 215 horsepower or something small, nothing crazy, but it was perfect. It's a totally sweet little thing, and I've always loved it. And so I decided to buy it back, and my dad sold it because he didn't want to pay to deal with any of the BMW crap that typically happens, and I wanted to keep on working on it, and he just did not want to keep it around. It was on his dime, and so he got rid of it. And I knew the guy he sold it to, and so I kept in touch with him and kept track of the car, and I tried for probably the last 4 or 5 years to buy it back, and he just didn't want to sell it. But finally the time came. He wanted to get rid of it, and he was going to sell it to somebody else, but he was kind enough to give me first dibs, and that's how I ended up with this car. And as you guys can hear, it runs so much better than the other video. The last video when I got it started, it runs so much better. I already did a fuel treatment, I cleaned out the tank, I did, as you saw, fuel filters, and I've been doing everything I can to try to get this guy going again, and it's certainly paid off. I'm gonna go ahead and put those grill pieces on later when they're finished drying, but other than that, I think it came out pretty good. The car looks a little bit better. Now I just gotta do the new bumper, and then we're gonna tackle our hood, our roof, and our trunk. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do with those pieces yet. I'm thinking I might do a custom hood vent or something. I might even keep it looking kind of ratty. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll figure something out. All right, so got a flat on my way to work, and so I have some 205s on the front now. So they're a bit stretched and they're kind of skinny, but we're gonna go for a little drive. We're gonna see how they feel. Still a bit loose, but we're getting there. Lose my fucking transmission? What the fuck was that? fuck was that? Careful, it just like spit it out of gear. I don't know what the fuck that was. Hope I didn't hurt it. Flip around here. She gonna blow, we gonna send it. Well, guys, I think I blew a head gasket. I went to fire it up this morning and it was smoking pretty good. It's not smoking now, but I can still, even from over here, smell some sweetness coming from the exhaust. And so I'm letting it kind of warm up a little bit and we'll see what's what, but I'm almost positive we blew a head gasket. If that's the case, I mean, not a big deal. I have a spare motor for this thing, so we'll pull this one out and then I'll freshen up the other one and we'll drop it back in, and hopefully it's as simple as that. If not, then I got some other ideas for this thing. I wasn't expecting to do anything too crazy to it just yet, but I guess we'll see. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.